And also, this is one more note, and this is going back to the fight game, but we've had conversation about Sha'Carri Richardson and the marijuana test that's dropping her out of the Olympics. Well, the Nevada State Athletic Commission voted yesterday that they will no longer discipline fighters in any sport for testing positive for marijuana. Nevada becomes the second state in the U.S. to stop testing for marijuana completely. They're not going to even test for it. Florida, surprise, surprise, was the first to pass that law. So Nevada joins them, and they had just disciplined a couple fighters for marijuana tests like not that long ago. They got 6-month suspensions and like $1,000 fines and all that stuff. But now for a Nate Diaz, who willingly, openly talks about how much weed helps him, but has lost fights and lost momentum and lost things because he smokes weed and just won't stop.
Would he bleed less if he stopped smoking pot?
I don't know. That's a good question. But
he is a bleeder.
But now he can smoke all the pot he wants and still fight in Nevada or Florida because they passed this, or they've
you know what's gonna
done away with the rule.
You know what's going to happen? Randy Gregory's going to win a lawsuit that he should never have been suspended all these years, and he got $40 million.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is Nate Diaz in particular?
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, Josh Gordon. He should be a UFC
I think
fighter.
Josh has
By the way,
other problems.
An addiction and maybe other stuff. Okay.
And there's a great thread on Sick'em365.com in the premium section about marijuana that's really, really intriguing from the doctor's part of view, and people who are very smart with this. Yeah, Josh Gordon's he's trying to get another.
Yeah. He's trying, and who knows? I mean, that story is so played out at this point. You know, I feel for Josh to an extent, but it's like, maybe this just isn't the thing that you need to be doing. Like, I mean, this is like 6 years of wasted time just getting back, getting people's hopes up, and then popping positive for a drug test again. Now, one note on the marijuana test, I was mentioning Nate Diaz, but his older brother, Nick Diaz, who dealt with the same issues, the marijuana rules and MMA and all that stuff, he at one point a few years ago was suspended for 5 years for marijuana use. Nick Diaz was. So now that's completely off the table. Now, they had reduced the suspension. They actually reduced it to 1.5 years, but that was how stringent it was. And now it's not a rule at all in the state of Nevada where they host most of their fights. So that's a few stories that are off the radar.
Very